Well, you want to go on vacation really early, don't you?
No, I do.
We are considering that. So it's possible we might not be here tonight. We may be on our way to Illinois and stay there and then go on tomorrow. Is there something really good in here? You don't know?
You open it and
I don't either. But I'm tempted. Some Sunday I'm going to do the sack. It could be this Sunday. Dick Tracy. Anybody know who Dick Tracy is? Do all of you realize you know who Dick Tracy is? Not really, no. Do you know, Jessica? Are you aware of? There was a time when Dick Tracy was the most popular comic strip in the world. Now this was before Minnesota native Charles Schulz began making comics and created Peanuts, which replaced Dick Tracy and still is one of the most popular comics in the world, my favorite. But Dick Tracy was okay. Had all sorts of strange villains and strange looking villains, and I guess they had a Dick Tracy show at one point in time, the complete animated crime series on a 4-disc set. We could lend this to Matt and then he could learn who Dick Tracy is. And then after he's done with watching the first episode on the first disc, he can put it all away and return it to Eric. Dick Tracy was a crime solver. The world's greatest detective. Even had a wristwatch that he was designed as a phone. The creator actually kind of had some idea of what cell phones would be. I turned mine off. You guys turned yours off when you came in today?
Yep.
So it doesn't bother us.
Mine never rings.
Mine rings all too often. And most times, it's not necessarily anything I need to take care of. But if I don't, then people complain that I don't answer my cell phone, right? You don't.
People just love you.
Yes. And love the convenience these offer. Dick Tracy could talk to anybody. Any point, anytime. About what's going on. We can do that with these. Talk to anybody. We have a phone number. Just about any time. About whatever's going on. And I guess that's a nice convenience to have. You might be out at Walmart, find out they've got a sale. And you need to let your friend know that they've got some items on sale so that they go down there and save money. By spending money. I've never quite understood that one, but that's what we do. We can call them anytime. And while Dick Tracy might be interesting and cell phones might be enjoyable to have so that you can contact people at any time, we have something far more important. That we can contact God through prayer at any time. And whatever our needs might be, He's always there. I read just this week, I got an email from a friend of mine, emailed something interesting too, I'll talk about some Sunday. But it talked about a child's view of God. And the child was naturally, and I think rightfully so, amazed that God listened to and heard everybody's prayers. Wow, that must really keep him busy. Wonder how he does that. How can he hear all those different ones at once? Does he know all those different languages? He never puts anybody on hold. Gee, if you try to call somebody on the telephone, often you get put on hold. God hears us. The amazing thing about prayer is God hears not only what we say, God hears what we don't say. God hears what's really going on within us. Sometimes we might even want to try to hide that from God. Oh God, everything's fine. No, it's not. In fact, there's very few days in your life or in mine where everything's fine. Most days, God, there's these issues and I don't even know what to do with them. But He does. And He can hear the cries of our heart. And He has the power to respond, to meet those needs. Not necessarily in the way that we want. As I mentioned many times here, sometimes we do prayer entirely the wrong way. We go and tell God what to do. God knows all, sees all, is not confined by time or space, and here we are in 2012 in Mason City, Iowa, trying to tell God what to do. That's just not real smart. It's okay to tell God what we want Him to do, but real, meaningful prayer is to eventually come to that point where we say to God, as His own Son Jesus said, not my will, but thine be done. So think about that. You see Dick Tracy? You go talking on your cell phone, realize you have a God who cares, who is there to answer your prayer, answer it properly. Not by you telling Him what to do, but by you realizing He's going to do what actually needs to be done. Now it's time to worship some more. So let's come and sing, I worship you, Almighty God.
I thought that was a